Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students of first year MBBS, today's topic is the histology of the heart. As you know, heart is regarded as a blood vessel with a very wide lumen and extremely thick muscular walls. So wall of the heart consists of the three layers, as we have said in the case of the blood vessels. The inner layer is the endocardium, the middle layer is the myocardium, and the outer layer is the epicardium. It is actually the intima, media, and adventitia, just like in the blood vessel. You know, the heart is a muscular pump that propels blood at high pressure around the body through the blood vessels. The heart contracts rhythmically and autonomously. Contraction begins at the apex of the heart and spreads through the costo-basal region. As with the rest of the circulatory system, the heart has three layers. You can see in the diagram, these are the epicardium, the myocardium, and the endocardium, just like the intima, media, and adventitia of the blood vessels, because heart is a big blood vessel. It is a dilated blood vessel. It is lined by a layer of endothelium, beneath which is a thin layer of subendothelial connective tissue composed of very fine collagenous fibers and elastic fibers, and there are some smooth muscles. And deeper to the subendothelial connective tissue is present a layer of loose connective tissue called subendocardium. This layer binds the endocardium proper to the myocardium and contains the blood vessels, nerve fibers, and branches of the impulse conducting system of the heart. So this is the endocardium, that is tunica intima. The tunica media of the heart is known as the myocardium, and in the heart the tunica media layer is consisting of the cardiac muscles. Myocardium is the largest of the three layers and contains the cardiac muscle fibers, and there is loose connective tissue that contains lots of capillaries. This picture of the myocardium is at higher magnification. You can see the cardiac muscles, and these cardiac muscles, these are also cylindrical cells. These are striated muscles. They have got a single nucleus, but the very important feature is the presence of the intercalated disc. These are the intercalated discs. Now you can see the individual muscle fibers, their striated appearance, and the intercalated discs at the end of each muscle cell. That at the junction of the two muscle fibers there is a thickening. There is a step ladder pattern thickening which indicates the presence of the intercalated disc. If we talk about the epicardium, that is the tunica adventitia, this is actually the visceral layer of pericardium. It is lined externally by the simple squamous epithelium, mesothelium. And beneath the mesothelium is a thin layer of connective tissue rich in elastic fibers. The epicardium is attached to the myocardium by a subepicardial layer of loose areolar connective tissue, which contains the blood vessels, nerves, and fat. And what is the pericardium? The structure of the pericardium. The pericardium, you know, there are two layers, the visceral pericardium and the parietal pericardium. This diagram shows that the simple squamous epithelium of the tunica adventitia layer of the heart, that is mesothelium, is the visceral layer of the serous pericardium. Pericardium is a two-layered connective tissue sac that encloses the heart. There is a fibrous pericardium. This is the outer layer, and the serous pericardium is the inner layer. The space between the two layers is called the pericardial cavity that contains the serous fluid, and this facilitates the pumping action of the heart. This was about the pericardium. If we talk about the impulse generating and conducting system of the heart, the sinoatrial or SA node and AV node. These are composed of small spindle-shaped specialized cardiac cells embedded in the connective tissue. This conducting system initiates the normal cardiac cycle and it coordinates the contraction of the cardiac chambers together. The AV bundle and its branches consist of modified cardiac muscle fibers known as Purkinje's fibers. These fibers have a faster rate of conduction than the ordinary cardiac muscle fibers. And structurally, the Purkinje fibers differ from the ordinary cardiac muscle fibers. For example, the Purkinje fibers have a larger diameter. These usually have two nuclei located centrally. The sarcoplasm of the Purkinje fibers is rich in glycogen. Purkinje fibers contain relatively more sarcoplasm. They have fewer myofibrils, which are usually restricted to the periphery of the fibers. Let's conclude our lecture by saying something about the lymph vascular system. This division of the circulatory system, it comprises of the lymph capillaries, lymphatic vessels and lymphatic ducts. Lymph vascular system actually it collects the fluid from the tissue spaces and returns it to the blood. Tissue fluid is called the lymph. Lymph drainage is a one-way flow from the periphery towards the heart and is not a circulation in the true sense. In the way of these lymphatic channels, there are lymph nodes, which are the filtration plants. These nodes remove the unwanted particulate matter from the lymph and lymphocytes are added into it. Lymph capillaries and vessels are found in all tissues and organs of the body, except in the central nervous system, internal ear, coats of the eyeball and bone marrow. If we talk about the lymph capillaries, these are delicate endothelial tubes and they have slightly larger lumen than that of the blood capillaries, but their caliber is not uniform. Endothelial cells do not have pores, but adjacent cells show frequent intercellular gaps. Basal lamina of the endothelium is thin and interrupted. Outer to this incomplete basal lamina is present a thin layer of collagenous and elastic fibers. The lymphatic vessels resemble the veins in structure, but have much thinner walls. In the larger lymphatic vessel, the three tunics, that is intima, media and adventitia, are distinguished, but there is no clear-cut demarcation between the successive coats. Intima is lined by endothelium, underneath which is present a network of delicate elastic and collagenous fibers. Then media, again it is composed of circularly running smooth muscle fibers, between which a few delicate elastic fibers may be present. Tunica adventitia is the thickest coat. Now if we talk about the lymphatic ducts, these ducts, which include the thoracic duct and the right lymphatic ducts, and they enter into the vena cava, have a structure similar to a vein of equal size. The intima of lymphatic ducts consists of endothelium and subendothelial layer of delicate connective tissue containing a few smooth muscle fibers, and there will be an internal elastic lamina with. The media is the thickest coat. It is made up of longitudinal and circular bundles of smooth muscle fibers. And between the muscle bundles is present abundant connective tissue, which is composed of collagenous fibers. And the adventitia, it is very poorly defined and consists of longitudinally arranged coarse collagen fibers with a few smooth muscle cells. Thank you very much.